go to blindmike.net. That's where all our links are. We appreciate it. I think out of the gates, we should start with a Mr. Stuttering John Melendez, no?
Why not? Have to.
Guys, I've been waiting. You know I've been on pins and needles, really thinking this IQ test was going to happen.
Yeah.
It seems like I'm yet again left on the steps with my glove and ball, thinking Dad's going to come home and we're going to have a catch. Because John has left me out in the lurch. He's abandoned me. I really thought it was going to happen. Doesn't seem like it. So are you aware of what's been happening with Mr. Melendez, Craig?
I've just seen on Twitter that he like quits and then comes back and then quits and then.
Yeah, so his YouTube channel got shut down because someone he sent the link to someone, the StreamYard link to join the show.
Oh, is this the thing that popped up with the girl shitting and stuff?
Yeah. Someone was screaming the N-word. Advocating for an assassination attempt on our president.
Yeah, I saw that.
Now, I don't understand how I will say, I'll defend John here for a moment. How is YouTube not a little more lenient on that? Like, I understand it's an idiotic thing to just send your fucking link to whoever, but that's not John's fault. Some maniac came out. John didn't want that on his air. He tried to shut it down as fast as possible. Why take his channel down for a week? That doesn't seem odd.
I don't know about why that is, and I also don't get the point of saying your video is for 18 plus if you're gonna,
Oh, YouTube! I mean, YouTube really is terrible, and I think we can owe it all to them getting in bed with professional sports.
Yeah,
I think because they're making deals, they have a Sunday Ticket now, and I think they have free NFL games, and they're trying to get baseball. I think because of that, that's why you're seeing little comedy specials are getting demonetized for saying the C word.
We can't get fully monetized on anything anymore right off the bat. Everything is always has problems.
Everything is limited. Everything we do here, folks, support the show. Go to blindmike.net, support the show. Because every fucking video we post on YouTube is at least limited ads. And we don't always know why. It's because of language most of the time.
Right. Yeah.
Because there's videos where we play nothing that's copyrighted. The Hassan Minaj thing, by the way.
Was news.
Someone messaged me. I think it might be one of the questions we have on Patreon today. Someone said, "Hey, Mike, have you addressed the Hassan Minaj issue? I think you'd have an interesting take on it." It's funny you say that, because not only did we talk about it in the show, we posted the segment, and the segment for a while literally had 0 views because YouTube was suppressing it. Am I gone now? What happened? Oh, boy.
Hello.
What the hell's going on?
I have no idea what happened. But yes, Hassan Minaj, we got booted for news. Go.
Is that now? Can I assume what happened there? Is this were you on your phone? Is this Craig not paying attention? Have I bored you already, or is that later in the show when that starts up?
No, I went to turn my volume up, and then you just started coming through my computer audio.
Yes,
so I fixed it.
All right, good. I'm sure that'll be. Yeah, hello, cringe of the week.
Hey,
Carl will have fun with that.
Yeah, probably.
Anywho. All right. Well, anyway, yeah, YouTube sucks. How ironic that mid rant is when we lose everything.
Yeah, that was them. That was an inside job.
All right. Anyways, let's get to Stuttering John. Enough defending Stuttering John. His YouTube channel should not have been taken down. That was ridiculous. But he's back with vengeance, with the fire of 10,000 suns. And here's what John does: is he gets super amped up. They shut him down for the week, so now he has a cause to come back. And what does he come back with? Oh, these are some heavy accusations. Turns out Carl posted a link to his audiobook on Carl's Patreon. Can you believe that?
Still.
Can you believe that?
I can't believe he's going there.
I was trying to think of an analogy, and I was thinking of this earlier, where the last time, not the last night, because I think he was on this week. I think he was on. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyways, one of the recent times that Portnoy was on KMS, Kirk asked him about me, and he was like, "Nah, I don't really hate Blind Mike anymore." The reason for that is because the thing he hated me over happened so long ago that he doesn't think about it anymore. So now he's at a point in his life where he doesn't think about me ever. Thus, he doesn't have a fiery hatred for me. Time heals no wounds with John. You know what I mean? Like, he still has the same grudges from years ago, and unless you have kissed his feet and made up, then he'll never forget that or forgive it. It's crazy. He latches onto these things, and still to this day, he's as angry. Actually, he's angrier today about this thing that he made up that Carl posted his audiobook on Patreon. John's angry about it today than when he thought it happened originally.
Put together,
What the
blind
hell's going on?
Mike.
We're going in order of the videos.
Well, you've decided we're playing clips now.
Oh, I thought we were.
I was done.
I thought we were talking.
I guess I was done, guys. You thought that's when you should have played? That was literally mid-sentence.
I am literally staring at my board, making sure whatever the hell just happened didn't happen. Sorry.
Oh, Mike's almost at a point. Now seems like the time where I should play a clip that has nothing to do with what he's saying.
All right, ready for this?
This seems like... No, I'm not ready. I wasn't even close to ready for the clip.
No, I was gonna say I'm gonna take a deep breath here and just trust my board's gonna work.
Boy, people were... I think now you're... What's the word I'm looking for? You're making these criticisms I've seen come to fruition. Now you're purposely not paying attention.
I'm paying attention. I pay attention all the time.
Well, 1000%, right, gang?
Hey.
All right. Now Craig's dying to get to these clips, apparently. So I guess I'll jet ahead. Well, no, I wanted to say one more thing about John's return. Is like he's also so predictable in that I don't know if you're gonna be able to believe this.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like his relationship with Vinny too good to be true.
Oh, it's not real friendship. Weird.
Well, we're not there yet, but John did. He's starting the cycle that he always has, where he's best friends with somebody, and then he'll say, "Now I like this guy. I still like this guy, but here are all my criticisms that I'll get really angry about when I decide I don't like him anymore."
Just know this is coming.
Yeah, and I said this to Carl yesterday that if I wanted to, I could end his relationship with Richard Ojeda.
Oh, for sure.
Simply by having Richard on the show every week. That's all we'd have to do.
Yeah, and he would come on.
Yeah, and he'd gladly come on, and then slowly but surely, that something would creep into John's world where he's like, Richard, why do you hang out with this guy? And then that would happen a few times, and Richard would say he likes us or whatever, and then eventually John would disown him. Like, I have the power to make that happen. That's how easily John's life is manipulated. That even someone like me has power over him.
You know, that guy, he voted for Trump, and I just can't look past it anymore.
Which guy?
Ojeda did.
Oh, that's true. Oh, that's true.
That would be the argument.
That's a good point. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, so we saw that cycle, John just repeating himself over and over again, and it's crazy. But something else he repeated was his ability to issue a challenge and then completely back out of it. Because he never actually wanted it to happen to begin with. His mouth was just writing checks he never intended on cashing. Literally, actually. He wrote a check for $10,000.
That's right.
So if you guys don't remember, John challenged me. He said he would put up $10,000 to my 1,000. Not great odds. I don't have like DraftKings or anything like that. I'm not a great odds maker myself. Mm-hmm. But it seems like negotiations shouldn't start at 10 to 1. No, especially if you're likely to lose. But
say it again.
We're ready. You know what? We're ready. Fine.
That one made sense.
Fine. I'll quit yapping. Let's just hear the clip.
Put it together, blind Mike, and I'll take it.
Oh, well, this is what I would have liked to finish setting up. Is that I said it seemed, John has quit podcasting and he's come back and he's gone to Jamaica and he's been reborn and all this stuff. In that time, I've noticed I've been neglected. I said, John doesn't seem like he's, rolling up his shirt sleeves and getting to work on this IQ test. Has he forgotten about me? So I wanted to remind him. Heckride's been doing a good job of that himself. But I wanted to remind John, hey, when's this IQ test happening?
Hey, put it together, blind Mike, and I'll take it. I'm gonna kick your ass.
He sounds, but now he sounds dismissive, as if I started this.
This wasn't you?
He's like, oh, Mike with this IQ test. Come on, Mike.
Blah, blah, blah. Mike.
Oh, this guy won't shut up. John, you issued the challenge.
I will say, I think his odds did go up after the haircut and shave. I will give him that.
You think he looks smarter now?
Yeah. He looks he looks like a substitute teacher again.
Well, that's another thing, is he keeps saying that he's been fired from the substitute teaching job. And he said that Bob Levy's the one that got him fired. Now he's like friendly with Bob Levy again. So he says, actually, I don't know who got me fired. I mean, it's wild. A psychologist would have a field day with this fucking guy. It's crazy.
If you're blind, how do you? I don't know.
Okay, let's go back just a little bit, because I want to examine that for a moment.
Let's get this. Let's get
I want
to
to examine that, where he's about to attack my disability. That's his instinct.
He is.
Which I'm totally fine with, by the way. Feel free, John. You're more than what you have. My carte blanche. You have my permission. But he's about to go after, question whether or not I'm actually disabled or whatever he's going to say. That's the John that was born into the world and that was on the Howard Stern show for years. Then what you see is liberal John reacting and saying, I've backed myself into a corner where I can't criticize this disabled guy because I have made it my thing that you shouldn't make fun of disabilities.
That argument I got into. I really pigeonholed myself.
Yeah, he's done this all to himself. And what's so fascinating about John, and I think Hackride pointed this out to me, is that he wears every thought on his face.
Oh, yeah.
You can watch John go the layers of emotions and internal examining that he does. He wears it all on his expression, so you can see him go through this turmoil as he, mid-sentence.
Ass, by the way. If you're blind, how do you? I don't know. I can barely figure out how to super chat. How the hell can you? Mike Huntsmells.
Now, on the more serious business, Mr. Huntsmells. Mike Huntsmells. This is a man, I gotta say, this is a lot more about me, because here's where I'm at in life, is that a man who, in earnest, reads Mike Huntsmells and is about to get into whatever, interesting thing Mike has to say. This guy thinks he's smarter than me.
Anyways.
He's certain he's smarter than me at a 10-to-1 ratio.
What a perfect name to segue to.
Anyways, listen, you're going to lose. I'm a person of high intelligence. I've got a high IQ. Anyways, Mike Hawk, what do you have to say for yourself?
Bend over. Thanks for the $5.
Ah, Mr. G. Rection is back. How are you, Hugh? This guy's claiming literally Einstein numbers. He says he has a 160 IQ. This fucking guy. But we've almost lost the point. What's most infuriating about that clip is John issues a challenge. John says, hey, 10-to-1, take an IQ test with me. I say, okay. He says, you set it up. He says, I want to make you take an IQ test. And also, I'd like to give you a full-time job of planning some event with me in Florida or California or wherever I live. I'm like, John, you do it. This is a teaching moment, John. We're trying to help you become an adult at age 60. You issued the challenge. You set it up. Or admit you have no interest in doing this, which is what I feared from the beginning.
Oh,
I know.
shit.
Hacker, I thought I was crazy for thinking this may never happen. But but I suspected from the beginning that John never wanted to do this. It was just bluster. That's what John is. He's all bluster. And he throws shit out there that he never intends on backing up. Now, if he knew that about himself, then I'd be fine with it. But the issue is he's still pretending he wants to do it. He has no interest in taking this IQ test with me.
Well, the longer he doesn't do it, the more he can be like, I'd wipe the floor with this blind guy.
And he's going to say like, oh, I told him to set it up. So now it's going to become my fault now that we haven't done it. John, you're not going to issue a challenge, call me dumb, and then also give me a job to do.
I could fly to
That's not how it
Florida.
works.
I could use a tan right now.
I'll go to Florida if you want me to, I guess. But you have to do it, John. And if I set it up, then that comes with a whole other litany of issues where he's going to accuse me of cheating in some way. So I want no part of setting this up, John.
Yes, the blind guy is going to cheat on the test.
Well, yeah. That's the other thing too. Is if John, John's trying to be a hero of the disabled, how would I schedule it? How would I do all this, John? I'm just a disabled boy.
Stunned, you can do a super chat. Now, can you set up a big test and live event?
That's the other thing. We didn't even talk about that. Where he says he doesn't know how to super chat. First of all, John, it's very easy. I see well enough to do it myself, but also I have software on my phone that reads to me and allows me to move around the screen through audio. It's not that difficult to figure out for a person of high intelligence. Much like super chatting, where my understanding is you hit the little button at the corner of the comment bar.
Not only that, not only that,
super chat, I believe, is how they hide it on YouTube.
The logo you hit to do so is a dollar bill.
Yeah, it's a dollar sign. It's all very confusing, John. I understand. It's tough to decode. YouTube doesn't want you doing it, so they put it under all of this pomp and circumstance. They make you think, well, super chat, certainly that's not giving money of any kind.
No, it's just like you're my text must be a little bolder this time.
I like that's John's like, there may be more to this kid than I realized moment.
He can super chat.
He's super chatting. Maybe I've made a bad bet.
Maybe he can do math.
But as Jerry Seinfeld said in the intro, I've already paid more money. I've paid this asshole more money to negotiate this thing than I'll ever get from winning.
No shit. That's a fact right there.
All right.
Shall we hit the second one here?
Craig's nervous now.
I don't know why that happened earlier.
Well, you seem off this morning.
A lot going on.
What's the matter, buddy? Israel Palestine got you in a twist?
Yes, I got me in a twist. It's got me in a twist.
All right. Let's so that now Hackride gets involved and tries to look for a little clarity here.
Hackride.
That's always
Thanks
funny.
for the $5. John, you challenged Blind Mike. It's up to you to set it up or have forfeited.
Can I say, by the way, I also sent this and he ignored it. Which is not a good sign for negotiations, if I may submit that.
He's kind of winning this war right now.
He's gone to ignoring me.
Yeah, you just keep paying him.
Yeah, he's made me want this to happen.
How rude!
I had no interest in it. He's like, what am I thinking of? Oh, you ever see the episode of Always Sunny when Flipadelphia?
Yep.
When they challenge their old rival to a game of Flip Cup.
Yeah.
And then they get fixated in the meantime on this new, these college kids. And then by the end, the original rival comes back and he's like, is it on or not? And they're like, nah, we're over it. That's what John has done to me, where I'm like, what the fuck?
Such a good show. It's such a good show.
Hit the nail on the head.
Well, I haven't seen the old episodes in forever. Like it used to be on Netflix, so I'd go back and watch them all the time. I couldn't tell you last time I saw it.
Fun insight into Craig's life.
Yeah.
Challenge Blind Mike. It's up to you to set it up or have forfeited to know Mike 10K or 10 hours of co-hosting duties on, period. Now, I challenged him, but he's going to set it up. I ain't setting shit up. We got the time.
Where did you get that idea, John?
I think you should set it up and you should cheat. It would be wicked funny.
But I don't want to give him the satisfaction of doing it for him, of holding his hand through another thing. John, you've been in the business for 40 years or something. You should know how to set up an IQ test and how to make it interesting, how to make it something we could broadcast, that we could both benefit from, or even just make it something you benefit from and make a fool out of me. that should be in your wheelhouse of things to do as a guy who worked on the biggest radio show of all time and the biggest late night show of all time. That should be a thing that's easy for you to pull off. It shouldn't be up to me to accept your challenge that you made up out of thin air. I've never bragged about my IQ. It's never been a thing of mine. I don't know. I don't know where it's become like Mike Geary is some highfalutin, like this guy bragging about his IQ is enough. I gotta challenge him.
If he's as famous as he claims, he should have somebody listening that could make this happen.
It should be done in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, that's an interesting thing that Carl pointed out yesterday. That he said, I forget exactly how he phrased it. It was something to the effect of the overlap of Stuttering John fans and people who listen to Carl is zero. The people that are watching, who are these podcasts and watching John, are there to make fun of him. Like, I think John thinks that Carl has like stolen his fans away or something. So it's people that find you funny to mock. They find John funny to watch, and that's what John doesn't understand. Is he still thinks he's as famous as he was when he was on the Stern Show, which is weird when you have, you know, you're rivaling me and Phil Elmore for views on YouTube.
He might actually think he's bigger than he was on the show right now.
Well, I think it benefits him. Like, I think his career, not his life. I think his career, quote unquote, is in a better place because of Carl and Shuley than it would be without them.
Oh, for sure.
Like, he would just be talking into nothing, into thin air, if it wasn't for those guys and, you know, us and whoever, Cardiff and all the people that cover him. If those eyeballs weren't on him, it would just be into the ether, lost forever.
But he's making all his money because people are trying to get him to say stuff that the other shows can talk about.
Yes, $2 at a time.
Yeah. Except for this IQ test, it's really serious.
And that's the other thing is John, like, at most, John would walk away with $1,000. Who cares?
Maybe he's thinking like splitting the door or something, wherever this is.
But that's the thing is he's made no inkling that he wants to do it as a live event or anything.
Do you want me to try to set it up?
I don't want to give him the satisfaction of us setting it up.
All right. We could have. We should do it at Ojetta's house.
That I would allow. Yeah.
Okay. I'll try to make it happen.
Neutral party.
Yeah, exactly. He could be the ref.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
See, now we're on to something. Hear that, Hack Ride? I would reach out, but you're like best friends with him now, so just talk to him.
There's we have one more of these, right?
Yes. There's like
John
5 seconds left in this one. I don't know if there was any.
Oh, okay. Let's hear it.
Okay.
Guess not.
Oh, well, he added a lot there.
His face looked funny. I guess we can.
All right. Yeah. So he addresses this. It comes up once more.
Hack Ride. Thanks for $5. John, Blind Mike is using part of his 10K winnings from the IQ to buy Wendy, the slow adult, a brand new computer. You're stopping that from happening.
I don't remember agreeing to that. But.
He didn't win any fucking IQ test. Let him set it up and we'll take it. That's it. End the story.
You see, that's what I hate. Let him set it up. Let him. Like, I get the opportunity to set this up now. I didn't want to do this, John.
It's quite literally him doing this just so he can just have it over you and not lose, because I think he's afraid of that.
Of course he is. He would never allow people to find out what his real IQ is, because I suspect, you know what? It's lower. Here's the reality of what I believe John's IQ to be. I think he and I would probably not be that far off. Like, I think there's general intelligence in there somewhere.
I think you're being humble.
Maybe, but my point is, I don't think it would be as hysterically low as we want it to be from John.
But what if it is?
That'd be great.
Okay.
But my point is
worth it.
I think it would be somewhat normal. The issue is John has built himself up as a Mensa member, like a true genius. And so he could never allow anyone to find out that it's even if he has an IQ of 110, which I think is pretty standard. he could never allow people to know that.
And he claimed 160, right? Is that
Yeah.
yeah.
He says and I was wondering about this. He said that on Stern, when he was on Stern, he took an IQ test and it was 135. Now, evidently, Howard decided not to release that segment because no one has ever heard it. Like, I don't know where he's getting that because it wasn't. They took an IQ test with Eric the Midget. I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
And I do remember another IQ segment where I think it was after John left. Like, John claims he took an IQ test on the Stern show. I can't. Maybe it exists. I haven't been able to find that audio anywhere.
Maybe they would spike it because he did so well. It wasn't funny.
No, that'd be hilarious. If John was the smartest guy on the show, I think that'd be funny.
That would actually be very funny.
Yeah.
Did Stern take one?
Stern's never taken one.
Yeah, no, he won't.
No, because I again, similar to John in a weird way, I don't think he would want people to know what his actual IQ is.
Unless it was
because it might be lower. And, I don't think it would be horrible, but it might be lower than Gary's or something. You
would think he would just. He's on top of pretty much.
Stern's a very vain guy. Stern,
Yeah.
Stern. That type of shit. How you come off means a lot to Stern.
That's true. That's true.
That's it. End the story. And I didn't sign the contract anyway.
Oh boy, here we go.
And it's over.
And there's why. Now again, we've gotten into this debate. Why don't I set it up? He's never going to do it. Play that again.
The very end or the whole thing?
Just that end. Just that last line.
That's it. End the story. And I didn't sign the contract anyway.
Oh, really, John? That's John's way of saying, I'll never do this. You can't make me.
Someone's saying both episodes are on YouTube.
Yes, but John didn't participate in either of them, did he?
Let's see what they say.
That's the thing.
Eric the Midget got a 90.
That was long after John was gone, though. Is there one that John participated in?
Yeah, if so, send it to me, please.
Yeah, let us know. Because maybe I just did it wrong. That's just I've never been able to find it, and no one's presented it to me. So
yeah, so it either exists and John knows what the real score is and is pretending it doesn't.
Right.
Well, I feel like that would have been found by now, I would assume.
So yeah, I don't know. Here, the interesting thing about John is like he's endlessly fascinating for whatever reason, but there is an element of it where it's tiring because every day he comes on and says, Carl made fun of my kids and posted the audio of my book. And it's like, okay, well, Carl is telling you he didn't do that. But even if he did.
Is this because he does like the chapter reviews, so he thinks it's the whole book?
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. John doesn't think that. He knows that this all started. Here's what I think people forget with all that. This all started, and John admits this now. He did not know what fair use was or transformative content.
Correct.
And he's admitted that. So when this started, John saw Carl post, we're breaking down Easy for You to Say, however it's titled or whatever. Mm-hmm. But John saw that he was doing that and said, they're not allowed to play clips of my book and react to it. John realized he was wrong about that, so he has changed the argument to, you posted my book in its entirety, so people didn't buy it because they could listen to it on your Patreon.
Right.
Which I don't understand that logic either.
I don't understand half the stuff that comes out of his mouth.
I mean, if you have Audible, you could get John's audiobook for free. Why would you pay to get it on Carl's Patreon?
That's a great point. It's probably
not for free, but you know what I mean, for the membership.
It's probably funnier on Carl's Patreon, I would guess.
Well, it is. That's the thing. It is because they comment on it. It would serve Carl no use to be like, "Hey, gang, here's the full book if you want to listen to it."
But you only get to listen to a chapter whenever I say.
I guess. Yeah. So I don't know, guys. I hate to disappoint you, but it seems like the IQ test isn't going to happen. I'm sorry.
I'm stunned.